Hello, welcome, and happy Wednesday. You are on the Heart of Success show, and I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. I go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time. And here on the Heart of Success show, we talk about different things, experiences, knowledge about success. And we're redefining success here from that traditional perception of having creating wealth and roles and positions towards all areas of our life where we can create success, we can have happiness and joy and fulfillment in our lives. So today, topic of my discussion is about intention. So everything we do rests on the foundation of intentionality in the moment we do it. So, for example, when we speak and tell some words, we know that every word is having meaning. But behind the meaning of the word, what is the energy and the way of how we actually delivering these words and the meaning of these words. So it sits on the intentionality. For example, if we can say from our heart and our intention truly is from that place of loving. And when we say to someone, I love you, from that place, we totally in alignment with our intention and people feel it. They align with that. But we also can say, I love you from the place of pleasing or pleading. So that means that the same wording creates a very different experience, and intentionality behind this I love you is really different. It's based on the different desire of maybe manipulating or maybe wanting something from another person. So we also can say I love you from the place of really hating the person. So see, we kind of need to get a little deeper to understand and become aware of what really is within ourselves and how we can identify and catch ourselves on that place, right? So we really not often can understand fully that our outer desire or wants or intention is sometimes not fully aligned with that inner intentional place where they can be in opposite with each other. They actually can nullify each other if we want something really badly, but then somewhere in our unconscious level, that desire can be completely opposed by another current. And then mostly these currents are based on the fear, right? So the opposition is always function at the crossroads, at the cross purpose with ourselves, because we have this internal part of ourselves that is higher self, the lower self, the mask self. So, and if we function from the cross purposes between these parts of ourselves, so we know that our intention is not gonna to be completely put into the reality or will be distorted or will be inharmonious. From that place of that cross purpose, we often create conflicts and problems. So that's really is how we need to start to learn about intentionality and start to really get ourselves into that really deep place of starting to understand how can we change and transform from the negative intention into the positive intention, right? So when we function from that higher self, we align fully with our life purpose, and also we align with the universal purpose, and that's where our intentionality fully aligned. And from that place we create always beauty, harmony, benefits, we create a success, we create all of this positive stuff that we love, right? But once we have this any unaligned combination of these inner parts of ourselves. So our creation always will be somehow not what we really consciously intended, right? So once one or two or many people align themselves with their higher selves and of course in with universal purpose, well then there's a very powerful intention of the group of people that are aligned with each other and with universal purpose. So this is very, very powerful alignment and a very, very powerful intention. Sorry, I need to have a drink. And we all know that, for example, when we have a team project or we have a teamwork, and we know like when we have exact time frame and deadline, and also we all know that we have to put and contribute the quality of our skills and efforts into that project. And if all of us, wherever the project is, 5, 10, 100 people, align together with that particular task and project in alignment with each other, then the project will be in time. It will be amazing. It will be with a higher quality. But if in that particular team, even if it's one person or two people, one person is out of alignment with this particular intention for that particular project. For example, someone maybe possibly is somehow jealous of the leader or someone, and that particular person intention is already distorted. So in that particular person intention will affect the whole project. See how important and how it is important for all of us to understand that we need to start to learn how can we function from that higher self that is aligned with the universal laws and the universal purpose. So I would like to tell you the definition of the positive intention. So positive intent is the ability to choose unitive state even if there's a pull or impulse to do otherwise, right? It's like that that ability to choose unity despite of the pull doing otherwise. Positive intent is always manifesting from the place of love, integrity, courage, unity, from the place of harmony and joy. So the negative intent, as opposed to positive, is a choice to hold on into the negative state, into the state of separation, into the state of negating life, negating yourself, right? So this normally stems and manifested from the places of fear, pride, and self-will. So this is the choice to stay and hold on into the separated state. So we all know how what's going on in the world right now, how there's a lack of intention individually and also collectively. So most of what's happening right now in the world is manifested from the place of the fear, from the place of this will. We become angry, we become protesting, we become showing our disagreements from the place of that negative intention, and we kind of clean into this angriness and the place of showing ourselves not from the higher self, but from the place of the lower qualities of who we are, right? So this is really important in our stage of evolution, to understand and start to really pay attention of what we're doing collectively. Yes, it is understandable that we are showing our disagreements, we are showing our desires, that we not agreeing with some things that are right now around the world from the governments and parliaments, and but again, we can have protests from the place of unity, love, integrity, courage. well, then this is much more powerful intention, and this is much more powerful creative power and a process, because it's aligned with the universal laws, it's aligned with the universal purpose. And that way, everything will help for people to manifest and create what we all want. And we really all want. We want peace, we want freedom, we want freedom of expression, we want freedom of choice, we want freedom of be able to express ourselves freely, and exchange that. But at the same time, if we hold within ourselves these parts that are based on self-will, the fear, well, then, of course, the intentionality level is really off the universal purpose. And then, of course, we have, problems, barriers, we have this conflict, and we have all of this not really coming into reality, our desires and our wants, right? So I have three recommendations for you today, or three steps how we can actually start to individually work towards changing from negative intention to positive intention, and align first ourselves to the universal purpose, and then help others to align with us or align with the universal purposes. And when there is a mass and group of people, if we all align with that, well, you probably know yourself, and you've been during your life in such a place where everything is aligned and everything happening very quickly for you. So we're all experiencing that from time to time in our lives. So right now we have the window of opportunity to create collectively something that we dearly all wanted and want and long. So the first step is develop and cultivate ability to make choice towards unity, despite and regardless if you have the impulse and pull to do otherwise. So this is really important. When we find ourselves in that space of angriness, or in a space of resentment, and in a space of revenge, and wanting to have this punishment and things, well, we know this is the intention that is not aligned with unity, that is not aligned with the higher self values and purposes. So then this is out of alignment, and this will create more problems and more conflicts, right? So the first step, I'm repeating again, is ability to cultivate and make these choices that are towards unity, despite of the impulse to do differently. Right? This is very, very important. Step number 2, practice setting intentions, because setting intention is the act of the conscious choice towards that unitive state, to align with your reason, with your will, with your emotion, to do, act, and be in a particular way that supports your desired outcome. Right? So this is the state, and this is the state where you equip all of your parts, your reason, your emotions, your will, to support your desired outcome. So the step number 3 is cultivate willingness and ability to give up your negative intent and negative expression to the life. Because negative expression to life is stemming from the places of fear, from the places of self-will, from the places of specialness, from the place of the separation, right? So if we can start to notice within ourselves when we fall into that place of clinging into that negative intent of not giving up it and not giving it up, but staying with that negative intention, well, then of course we know we separating and we having split in our intention. And a lot of time it is happening unconsciously, because consciously we all want beauty, we want health, we want wealth, we want all of these things that we want to create, but internally we still hold into that negative intention of showing up in our life from the place of demanding, from the place of arguing, from the place of putting across our point and saying, well, my will or no will. So this is kind of, I'm inviting you to have this very deep analysis of where and where are you functioning from. So the three steps that can start to help you to start transform on a deeper level from the place of that negative intention to the place of the positive intention. And I know how difficult it is right now for people to move from the place of the fear, to move from the place of judgment, from the place of angriness, and from the place of demanding change and things that we all now finding ourselves in. It is difficult, and because of the field of this lower vibrational frequency, most of us are kind of pulled into that, and our unstable and fearful parts of ourselves start to vibrate on the same level of this negative intention. So I'm inviting you to start to look at yourself, start to really get deeper into yourself and ask these questions, like where I'm coming from when I'm looking around myself into this outside world, and to that things that happening right now around the world on a planetary level, where we are functioning from. So I have already spoke about intentionality in one of my other episodes. I think it was leading with intention. But what I'm observing right now everywhere is there's lack of alignment within our own positive intention. There's misalignment with our inner purpose, and there's misalignment with the universal purpose. And that's what really is staying on a way for us to change the world, to create the new world that we all desire. So if we all start to pay attention to our inner, deeper intentionality level, and start to catch ourselves on the places where we function impulsively towards some decisions and not decisions from the place of that fear and wobbliness, well, then we know that we're not creating the harmony, and we're not creating healthy, vital, beautiful world that we all long for, right? So I would like to just read you one quote that I found it quite interesting, and I think it is very relevant for the present moment in what's happening around us in the world. So whenever there is a fear, it is usually because you have locked yourself in an imaginary time frame of an improbable future that holds you in that grip. So that's what really is happening to me. It indicates that because we kind of lock ourselves in that time frame of improbable future, that is now locked into that compacted intentionality of the fear, right? So I think I would like to keep it short today, and I would like to invite you to contemplate on the level of intentionality where you at, and start to slowly transform yourself from that deep negative intentionality of the fear into the positive, all life supporting and aligned positive intention that we all can get together, and then very quickly we can make powerful changes. I also would like to tell you that there is a effortless intentionality, but I think it is a little bit too advanced and too ahead to speak about it, because humanity at this stage not really close to this state of living from effortless intentionality. There is of course someone or many individuals and people and personalities that are probably living from effortless intentionality, but there's not enough of us to start to experience this state. So I love you all, and thank you so much for being with me here today. And I will come back next Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time. And right now, I really would like you to start to cultivate and develop the ability to make a choice towards unity, regardless of the pull to do otherwise. Thank you. Oh, there's a few comments here. MJ, thank you so much for being here. It is, yes, it is so important to be intentional when we are in a flow of creation. Absolutely. But that's what reality and present situation with us is showing, that we are far away from that flow of creation. We're far away from the aligned intentionality. But the positive news is that we still have time. There's a window of opportunity opened for us right now, right here, and we don't need to really wait for anyone. We don't need to wait for a savior or someone to come and do this for us. So we all and each of us need to participate in that creation. And once we align our own inner intentionality to function from the higher self, well, then we can invite others into this same higher value purpose, and then we will be able to change the world very, very quickly. Thank you so much, and I would like to just put a little bit of music for you.